Max Maven.
Well, hello to all. It's very nice to be part of this project, all the more so because I've been contributing to Doctors Without Borders for years. So the chance to combine a show of this sort, a performance that involves some friends, people I like and respect, and at the same time for a cause that I support, it's a pleasure to be part of this. I have 3 pieces to do for you. If I just do those pieces straight through, it won't be a fraction of what Todd Robbins did. I'm actually going to expand it a little bit with a story, but unlike Todd, I'm not aiming to disgust you. I may, but it won't be on purpose. But I'd like to begin, before doing these 3 explorations with a deck of cards, by telling a story about an interesting man. His name was Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr was a Danish physicist who did a lot of work in the United States. And to those who are into the world of physics, he is revered on a level that is probably second only to Einstein. And Niels Bohr was teaching in the US, and one day he had invited a graduate student to join him for dinner at his home. So they drove up to the home of Niels Bohr, and nailed up above the doorway, the entrance, there was a horseshoe, a good luck horseshoe. And the grad student was appalled and said, this is unbelievable. I can't. You are Niels Bohr. You are a man of science. You are a Nobel Prize winner. And yet you have a primitive fetish totem nailed up above your door. You can't possibly believe that that thing works. And Niels Bohr replied, "They tell me it works whether you believe it or not." So it is with that attitude that I would like to show you 3 experiments with a deck of playing cards. In theory, they will work whether you believe in them or not. Given the restrictions and limitations involved in performing on a medium like this, they may in fact not work, but I'm going to give it a shot. Now, it was explained to me that there are spectators with whom I can interact. Is that in fact the case? And no one is interacting to tell me whether it is or isn't. I can see a few faces on the screen.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Will I be able to see the person I'm working with? Can someone be chosen as a random volunteer?
You should be able to see them in a gallery view yourself, Max.
Okay. What I've got is the little gallery out to the side.
Yes.
All the people I'm seeing pretty much are people I know, but there's some people I don't know, or at least don't know well. So, I'm gonna pick. There's a woman named Wendy Wild. I like your name, and maybe we have met, but I don't think I know you. Am I able to hear you?
I think so. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
I can. That's great. Okay. Wendy Wild, what a nice name. Wendy, we're going to try a little endeavor involving a deck of playing cards. Now, I have to start off by removing 3 cards. I'm going to try desperately to keep the deck of cards in frame during everything where it's important, because nothing secret happens over on the edges. But if I do go out of frame, forgive me, it's not intentional. I'm going to remove 3 cards. I'm just going to take them out of play. They're the ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs. And the reason for that is I'm saving them for later. So I shall put those away until they are necessary. But that does leave us with a deck of 50 cards. There's a joker and then the remaining 49. So Wendy, you get to name any card except for the ace, the 2, or the 3. And I will show the camera that it is a legitimate deck. I think you can see the range of different cards. And I will even give them a shuffle. I'm hoping the camera can make that clear. So Wendy, you get to name any card you like.
The 7 of hearts, please.
Okay, that's kind of a lucky card for a lot of people, given the number 7. Do you want to change your mind? Do you want to? Do you think that's too obvious that I would know or something?
No,
Okay.
I think that's fine.
Good, 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 good. Now, I just shuffled the deck, so the order of the cards is a random order. I'm fanning them out so that you can see that all 50 of them are in view with their backs to you, but everything is where it was before you said the 7 of hearts. Do you want me to cut the deck or change anything? Because I can.
Yes, cut the deck, please.
High or low?
High.
All right, so let me do this. Obviously, you can't reach out and cut the deck. You said high. If I cut here, is that okay? Or you
That's
want
beautiful.
me to go higher or lower?
Perfect.
Okay, so that really was cut. Are you satisfied with the condition of the cards now?
Yes, so very fair.
Good. Well, that's I'm trying to be. Let me fan the cards out again, and now, although they're not in the same order they were a moment ago, they are once again all in view, and I can't be more fair than this given our conditions. Wendy, would you like to start from your left or your right?
My left,
From left, so over here.
please.
Yeah. I'm going to run my finger along the edge of the deck. And Wendy, whenever you like, you call out stop.
Stop.
Exactly there.
Yes.
I'm as close to the camera as I can be without blurring out. Is my finger on the corner of the card you stopped me on?
Yes.
I'm going to tweeze in there with another finger. Is it still the same card?
I believe so, yes.
I'm going to pull that out as slowly as I know how. Is it still the same card?
Yes, I think so.
And be honest, we shuffled, we cut according to your say-so. We started from the side you wanted. You could have stopped here. You could have stopped here. You could have stopped down here. Instead, this was what you chose.
Yes.
If I were any more fair, you'd be performing this routine for me. Wendy, a moment ago, you named a card. What card did you name?
It was the 7 of hearts. Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Max.
I'm that in hundreds of homes right now, there's cheering, but I can hear nothing but Wendy being very kind in her response, and I'll take it.
They're all doing this. They're all waving like this for you.
Yeah,
So.
but I'm not on a view where I see a couple of waving, but I'm only
Yes.
seeing a few of the people. But thank you for participating in that, Wendy.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Shall we try something else?
Absolutely.
I think that's a good idea. Let me do this. I'm going to pick another person, and again, I'm going to try. No, I'll pick someone I know. How's that? Because I see Eric Diddleman is online, and I don't know Eric well, but I know him. Except that now I'm realizing it's a still photo, which means he's probably left his computer. Eric, if you're there, identify yourself. If not, I'm going to have to pick someone else. There you are.
I'll pop in. Yeah, I was lounging.
I didn't startle you. You were sort of, the thing about having these small windows, these small screens, is it's hard to see a person's face. So I didn't even realize that you were holding still. You were a still photograph.
No worries.
I thought you were just being very calm. Now I see that you're alive and moving. Can I use you for something?
Absolutely.
All right. We do know each other.
Mm-hmm.
We have only met a couple of times face to face, and you didn't know I was going to call on you, and that I think is by the fact that you appear to be in bed.
Yes, I'm laying down.
All right. I'm going to shuffle the deck, and again, I don't know if this comes across. I'm trying to shuffle as best I can in a way that shows that I'm not good enough to control cards under those circumstances. Okay. Let me do this. Eric, I'm going to ask you to think of a card. You can't think of the ace, the 2 or 3 of clubs. We're coming back to those. In fact, I don't want you to think of any card because under these conditions, that's too rough. So let me do this. Let me show you some cards. We'll do it off the top based on whatever's been shuffled there. I'm going to turn my head away. Now, technically speaking, I could have another computer set up off to the side and be watching this image and see what it is I'm showing you.
Right.
So the only thing I can do is to declare that I'm not doing that I'm looking away. I'll even close my eyes. And so I honestly will not see what cards you're seeing.
Great.
Okay?
Sounds great.
I'll do this slowly. I won't try and speed up or slow down to give you a kind of psychological force. I'm just going to show you some cards. And you think of one as I go through. Fair enough?
Fair.
All right. Nice and slow. I'm really turned away. My eyes are closed. Which means you have to tell me if I suddenly drift out of frame, please tell me that, okay?
Absolutely. Will do.
Right. So I'll show you some cards. Eric, have you got one?
I have one, yes.
Oh, okay, fine. Let me mix the deck so that I don't have a chance to, I don't have a chance to go back and see the group that you saw, but I tried to go in a smooth rhythm, not to emphasize any card. You're thinking of one card from the shuffled deck. Is that true? Is that fair?
That is true and fair.
All right. Obviously, I'm going to try and get the card. Now, this is hard enough if we were together in person.
Mm-hmm.
If we were together in person, I would see a lot of tells from you. I would see how you move your body in response to certain statements. I would see how your eyes dilate or not. At the moment, you are just a tiny little picture on my screen. And even if I were to open this into gallery view, you'd still be relatively small. So I'm going to do the best I can. To give me just a shot at this, I want you to say 2 words for me, and try and say them without any emphasis on one or the other. And the 2 words are red, black. Say them separately. Go ahead.
Red, black.
Okay, interesting. See, I don't know you well enough to know what your built-in tells are. There was a little tiny stumble when you said red on the D. It wasn't clean. That may have meant nothing, but it may have meant something. But that doesn't help me a lot, in that it could be a tell saying that's not the color or that it is. But I'm going to go with what I think is right. I think your card is red.
No.
I'm wrong.
You're correct.
Okay, that was a weird sort of reverse tell. What was your card?
The 7 of clubs.
Okay, so it's not so bad.
Nice. Very good.
I see.
Thanks, Max.
Hands
Woohoo! Yay! Woohoo!
So that part's nice. All right, we're going to try one more, and let me find someone, whether it's someone I know or not. Again, I have a limited number of people I can see. So let me scroll.
Would you like me to read some names?
Yeah, I'll take someone blindly, as long as it's someone who I can hear.
All right, fantastic. We're bringing in Sean in here.
Yeah,
Sean, can you?
Yeah.
I've got you. I found you. Hi, Sean. How are you?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. So far, we've done 2 pieces, and they've both done reasonably well. This is my final piece. This is your chance to either let me end on a big success or let me crash and burn. Either way, it's not your fault. It would be mine. But I'm going to once again shuffle the deck as thoroughly as I know how. But you'll remember that at the outset, I put 3 cards aside. I put aside the ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs. I'm going to put them on top of the deck just so that we know where they are from the outset. I'm going to let you pick a card. You don't get to pick from the top 3, but I'm going to make this as fair as I can. Remember, the deck is all different. I'm going to keep the deck in frame. I'm going to move to this position, and I'm going to start thumbing across the deck slowly. And Sean, when we reach a card that you would like, you say stop.
Stop.
Okay, now did you mean this one that I just pushed over, or
Yes.
this one that's the next card?
The one you just pushed over.
So this card,
Yes, sir.
you're sure of that?
Yep.
Wow. So it's this card. Are we all happy about this?
Mm-hmm.
Let me swing that around. You have chosen the Jack of of hearts, and I'm trying to keep the deck in frame. Jack of hearts. Are you satisfied with that? Do you want to pick a different card? It's okay if you do.
I'm satisfied.
All right. So let me put that back, but let me also say the conditions. Deck was shuffled. You stopped me very slowly going through the deck where you wanted. You picked the Jack of hearts, and that really is your choice. And at this point, we're not going to change it. Yes?
Yes.
All right, then we don't need the actual Jack of hearts anymore. What we need are those 3 cards I mentioned in the beginning. I'm still trying to keep this in frame. We don't need the rest of the deck. So the rest of the deck is going away. All we really need are those 3 cards. Do you remember what these are?
The ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs.
You are correct, sir. The ace, the 2, and the 3 of clubs. Now, ordinarily, in magic or mystery entertainment, the performer takes advantage of surprise. Very frequently, you don't know exactly what's going to happen until it does. And that's an advantageous position for the performer to have. I want to tell you exactly what's going to happen before it does. In a moment, you are going to decide on one of these 3 cards, the ace, the 2, or the 3 of clubs.
Okay.
You will take your time. You will make a decision when you're sure it's your own. That card and that card alone will transform into your, what was it, Jack of hearts.
Yes, the Jack of hearts.
So you may name the 3, the ace, or the 2. Now, Sean, you notice I just named them in a different order than numerical order. And maybe I was doing that to try and somehow psychologically steer you to a particular choice. Far be it from me to do something that sneaky. You can name the 2, the ace, or the 3, whatever you like.
Let's go with the 3.
All right, this is, I'm going to give you just a few seconds now, because if you want, at the last instant, you can change your mind. Last
Go
card,
on. Ace.
the ace. Are you sticking with that?
Yes.
Because up until the very last instant, you can suddenly blurt out a different one until I say we are committed to that choice.
Understood. I'm going to stick with the ace.
All right. You didn't even name the ace as your first choice, so I think it's fairly clear that things have been fair. Yes?
Yes.
All right. You've named the ace, not the 2, and not the 3. What was
Correct.
your card?
The Jack of hearts.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Woohoo!
very well done. Awesome.
Yeah.
For your participation, not only to Sean, but to Eric and to Wendy and to everyone who's been watching. It's been very nice for me to participate in this worthwhile endeavor, and I hope money is raised for Doctors Without Borders, and I hope Bose Theater is able to remain healthy. I hope all of you are able to remain healthy as we get through these challenging times, and that's the end of my set.